Okay, let's make sure this is clear. All right, hold on one second, family. Let's. That's why the lighting. Okay, we're gonna also put it up. Just getting used to the setup here. Give me 1 second. All right, is this the? All right, let's get this set up. All right. This is good. All right. All right, we have it. Nice and good. All right, we're gonna go live on YouTube and Instagram in a minute. Give me a second. Oh, put this lighting a little up. All right, YouTube family, how we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Now we're gonna go ahead and go live on Instagram. The truth about. All right, let's share my screen. Let me get it going. Let me get it going. All right. All right. For some reason, you share my whole screen. Slide. Let's see here. All right. YouTube family, let me know if y'all can see that. YouTube family, let me know if y'all can see that. All right. Let me I'm gonna go. Okay. Looks like y'all can see it. I could see it, so that's good. All right, we're gonna start going live on Instagram. Gonna start that. All right, let's go here. The truth. How y'all feeling? Put it in the chat. How y'all feeling tonight? All right, hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. All right, of course, the lighting is so much better on Instagram. All right, let's make sure that oops, let's take it here. All right, we are going live on Instagram right now. All right, how we doing, YouTube family? How are we doing, YouTube family? Instagram family, we are live, okay? And we are live, we're talking about the truth about Crohn's disease, avoiding flare-ups, repairing the ileum naturally, intolerances you may not be aware about, and more, okay? Come on in, tell a friend to tell a friend, because there's a lot of people dealing with inflammatory bowel diseases, okay? It's really affecting people's quality of life. It's affecting people's, as I said, quality of life, going to work. There's a lot of celebrities that deal with this. And there was one on the last live that someone was telling me about a woman on the WNBA having to miss games because of this, Let me put this, we're going to share the screen. I was going to... Not yet, though. Okay, this should be it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me know if y'all can see that. Instagram family, YouTube family, I know you're good. We are also live on YouTube family. If you guys want a kind of a clearer picture, YouTube is the same, WHOLISTIC, Hope. And also, it's Holistica, the Master Iridologist. All right. So thank you so much. I see King Simon's in the building. Thank you so much for coming on. Yes, thank you for confirming that. I appreciate you so much. Family, we had a little delay. right? I went to go live at 8:44. But my daughter, she's having a little like a little, I wouldn't say crisis. It's a change, we just moved. So she just, had a little tears thinking about her old house, friends, family. So, had to be in mommy mode and say, hey, everything's gonna be all right. It's just it's an adjustment period. So we are just adjusting to the area. Also, before I go into this presentation, okay, my Georgia family, how y'all doing? All right, we have the in-office appointments starting this week. I put the address in my stories. I'm also going to post it on my page so that you know where to find me. And first, you have to book an appointment online. Okay, that's number one. I don't have walking appointments yet. Maybe next month we may have that available. But right now you book it online first and then we meet each other there. Okay. So I look forward to meeting all of you in person. Most of my clients are from the Georgia area, whether it's Winder, Atlanta. I had clients in Marietta before I moved down here. So there's a lot of people a lot of clients that I've had that need their follow-ups, and you want it in person. I got the iridology camera, so you don't have to worry about um taking like perfect iris photos. I have it already there for you once you come into the office, and to my YouTube family as well. When you come into the office, you're going to get a printout of your iridology blueprint. Okay, I'm going to have all of that on hand so that you can walk away with what you need to do in order to repair and restore balance within your emotional, physical body. Okay. Some products I may have, mainly I will have my Eagle Eye drops always. Oh, listen, my eyes feel so refreshed, y'all. Like I had packed my blue light glasses somewhere. I can't find it. I know I'm like pivoting from conversation to conversation. But my eyes feel so refreshed after, just putting the drops in, because being on the computer a lot. So definitely, if you haven't already, go ahead and get you some Eagle Eye drops just to make sure that you're protecting your eyes from, the damage from the, electromagnetic fields, all of this radiation that we're intaking all the time when we're on our phones and on the computers. So I'll have that when you come into the suite. The suite is 444 family. All right. And that's at the address is in Smyrna, Georgia. Okay. For those who are interested in an in-person consultation. All right. In-person consultation. All right. So I want to thank you all for being here on this 11/11 night. Remember to share this live. Remember to share this live, because what's so important about what I'm going to share is that this is a breakdown in which we really need to understand on its root level. We hear the word Crohn's, and we automatically think of the bowels, we automatically think of diarrhea, we automatically think of pain, right? And so even when a person is first diagnosed, they don't have a real understanding of what this is, because most people are not going to dig deep and do the research and say, okay, let me really see what's going on here. We're in pain. So the only thing that we're focused on is the pain, right? What can we do to reduce it? That's the first thing that the mind is going to, because the mind can't really function if it's in like extreme pain. And them flare-ups, for anyone who's, dealing with Crohn's or anything related to that, whether it's ulcerative colitis, diverticulitis, or all of that in that family, know what I'm talking about. So we have to really be aware of what this is, and not just if you don't have it going on. Even if you don't have it going on, this is something that you can pay attention to, so you can share with others. Even if this is something that is a genetic challenge or inherent, I like to say inherent weakness in the family, please pay attention. This is also an inherent weakness in my family. One of my mother's cousins have what is called Crohn's, and actually had the ileum, part of her ileum removed. So that's why we're focused on what is called the ileum. All right. Now, why am I taking a focus on this part of the iris? Thank you all for joining in. Make sure y'all put comments. Let me know if y'all excited about this live. YouTube, put some 444s in the chat. Instagram, put some 444s in the chat. Okay. Let's go. All right. All right. So you see here, look at this iris. Okay. This is the right iris. And we're paying attention into the right iris because that's where the ileum of the small intestine is located. Okay. And you see, I already have the arrow up for y'all. All right. Other lives that I've done, I had to kind of like point and say, do y'all see it from 12 to or 2 o'clock? Because remember, again and again, whoever watched my lives and all my teachings, that the iris is looked at as a clock. Okay, so that's how we look at it. And each part of the iris from 12 to 11 o'clock will let me know what timeline the disease started. That's how powerful you are, family. The timeline of disease is shown in the iris from childhood to middle age, like around teenage, young adult, to where you are now, wherever you are right now. Okay, so you see here, I put in the iris photo, ileum of the small intestine, main area affected related to Crohn's disease. So we're going to really find out what this is all about. All right. So go ahead, get your notebooks. All right. We're going to keep it very interesting. Again, put some 444s in the chat if you're just joining on, and make sure to share this live because again, a lot of people, more than you know, everyone knows someone who's dealing with what is called Crohn's disease. Okay, so we're going to get into it. YouTube family, y'all already have the next slide. I'm going to get the next slide up for Instagram. Okay, all right, so we're just going to get into the definition that we've seen over and over, or some of us have seen over and over on standard Google search, right? So what is Crohn's disease, right? Crohn's disease is a type of inflammatory bowel disease that causes chronic inflammation of the digestive tract, potentially affecting any part from the mouth to the anus. Most commonly, it impacts the end of the small intestine, the ileum. Again, remember that throughout this live. Okay, remember that part of the small intestine throughout this live, and the beginning of the large intestine, or they say the colon. Okay, the inflammation caused by Crohn's can lead to severe symptoms, including abdominal pain, diarrhea, weight loss, fatigue. Okay, in some cases, it may lead to complications such as intestinal blockage, ulcers, fistulas, and malnutrition. Okay, so a lot of people dealing with inflammatory bowel diseases can't keep weight on them. Okay, they get very pale, very thin. So we want to really find out, why this is. Okay, so we can repair the body. Okay, and not just focusing on the colon, but it's going to get interesting because we have to take a focus into the pancreas. We got to take a focus into the liver. All right. So when you go to your gastroenterologist and you're having all of these symptoms that you see displayed here, look, symptoms vary widely: persistent diarrhea, abdominal cramps and pain, blood and stool, reduced appetite and weight loss, fatigue. Okay. When you go to your gastroenterologist, they're only looking at the colon. They're only focused on that part. Okay. So we have to really, again, branch out and get into the natural way of healing because you are a whole being. Okay. The body works as an organization. Everything works in unison. So we're not specialized. See, I don't specialize in one part of the body. And that's why I've said this many a times, those who are familiar with my jargon and what I say, is that we don't really have what you call doctors anymore. We have specialists because they're specializing in one zone of the body. Not, okay, if you have a colon issue, let's go over and look at the liver. All right, let's look at the pancreas. You're not gonna, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna experience that with allopathic medicine. All right. So here, I'm gonna go to the next one, y'all. Let's go to the next one. We breezing through. This is just to give y'all, like just the overlook of what the allopathic diagnosis treatments we're just getting. This is just the beginning. All right, we're going to get into the fun part in a minute. All right, so allopathic diagnosis and treatments. Okay, so look at how they're usually treating this. Okay, or diagnosing it. So diagnosis, let me read it from Instagram. I was kind of, let me know if y'all can see that on Instagram. Let me know if y'all can see that. YouTube, I'm not sure. I can't really check on y'all like that because I can't really see what's going on behind the scenes, but I just trust that y'all can see it too. All right. So diagnosis typically involves a combination of tests such as blood tests, stool tests, imaging studies like CT, endoscopic procedures. While there is currently no cure for Crohn's disease. Wow. While there is currently no cure for Crohn's disease treatments, Crohn's disease treatments aim to reduce inflammation and relieve symptoms. So this includes anti-inflammatory drugs, immune system suppressors, antibiotics, nutritional therapy, surgery, and some lifestyle changes. So if you look at the second one, the reason why they say immune system suppressors, because Crohn's disease is actually categorized as a, what is that called? Autoimmune disease, meaning that the immune system or the defense system has gone so out of whack and so, off balance that it doesn't even recognize its own self, its own cells, that it starts attacking itself. So you have different immune cells that lines the intestines, which we're going to get into that. And basically what they're saying is that the immune system as a whole is attacking the lining of the intestines, which is causing the inflammation. All right. So we're gonna get into the root. Okay. So that, because see this is what I find, right? And this is what I from, oh my gosh, I would say almost 8 years of studying iridology, the human body, connecting the spiritual, the metaphysical, the emotional aspect of health. All right. What I find is that once you have just a basic knowledge of the anatomical structure, how the body works, that you can really understand how everything flows, the metabolic pathways, how everything works together so that you know exactly what foods to eat, what herbs to take, how to really literally imagine how to heal the body. What I come to realize over the last few years is that when someone comes to me, I can almost picture exactly how the obstruction happened in that person's body. Whether they're coming to me for reproductive challenges, spleen issues, kidney challenges, I can literally picture that organ, what blockage is going on in that specific area, and literally how to help them to unblock it. And that's the importance of an iridology blueprint, because when we look at health and you have one challenge in one specific organ area, it's not just that organ. It's going to be another area of the body that's affected. So that's why it's important to get the iridology blueprint so that you know the whole, you know where to start with, and how to work everything in one. Okay. So let's get into it. Again, this is the fun part. Oh my gosh. See, this is the reason why I call this the fun part, y'all. And this is I have to say this again because it's been a while since I've told this story. For those who've been joining me on my platform for a while, back in 2018, I was having this really bad leg swelling. Right, my leg was swelled up. And I just thought, okay, it's due to working out. I mean, I was doing squats like a lot. And I'm like, maybe I did squats incorrectly. So I couldn't walk, like my leg was like super swollen, like I had a lot of water on the knee. And it wasn't going away, So I said, you know what, let me go to the doctor. And this is around the time when I that year I actually graduated from getting my iridology certification. And so when I went to the doctor, they told me they drained the water out of the knee, and they said to me after they called me for a follow-up, and they said, oh, we tested the fluid in your knee and you have Lyme disease. And I mean, my whole world was like, wait, what? Lyme disease? Like, I mean, yeah, I hike a lot. And he asked me if I had any other symptoms, and I said, no, it's just my knee. And they wanted to get me started on treatment right away. At that time, I couldn't think. I'm like, this is not happening. I remember it was my 25th birthday. I disappeared for a few hours, and I just couldn't take it, right? Until I say, okay, let me calm down. Let's put everything into perspective, right? I started doing research of what Lyme disease is, right? And what I found was that Lyme disease was named after a town in Connecticut, Limes, Connecticut, and the bacteria that they say is present in the fluid is something called it's a B bacteria Burgdorferi, is named after the scientist or doctor that founded this disease, that based upon you getting bit by a tick and that, et cetera, et cetera. And so it really wasn't just no foundation or basis behind this disease. Not saying that, okay, there's something there that it's not real, but I know that the body can defend itself against a tick bite. Creator source wouldn't put us here to be around dangerous, insects and animals that the body cannot defend itself, or that we cannot have an herb to defend ourselves. So I went back to the doctor and I told him I don't have Lyme disease. I'm not owning that. And he said, well, if you don't take this medication, you're going to get early Alzheimer's, and you're going to lose your memory. You're not going to be able to walk. All of this, you're going to lose your ability of joints, poor bone density, all of that. I said, nah, I'm fine. And so what I did was that entire summer, I remember I fasted for like 21 days, took herbs like my anti-inflammation blend, like turmeric, devil's claw, cat's claw. I met with a Chinese herbalist as well. When I was in Pennsylvania, she helped me a lot, and that swelling went down, and, here I am. And I wish I could go back to that. I think he was an osteologist. Wish I could go back to him and show him, like, listen, this is, here I am. I don't have any issues with memory. I work out all the time. I actually train. So this is, what I tell the story is, not to own anything, because you don't know the history behind allopathic medicine. Everything it's really to slap a name on it so that you can own it. You can be a victim to it so that you can be more easier and susceptible to taking the medications. So I'm all about decoding. I'm all about etymology of words. So of course I had to bring to y'all the history of Crohn's disease. All right. So what is Crohn's disease? Crohn's disease was first described in 1932. First described. Now, it's not even 100 years, family. Not even 100 years that this disease was first described and named. All right. So what were we doing hundreds and thousands of years before this? Let's keep going. All right. Crohn's disease was first described in 1932 by three doctors. Dr. Burl Crohn, which the disease is named after, Leon Ginsberg, and Gordon D. Oppenheimer. Okay, these three doctors described the disease after studying 14 patients with symptoms of abdominal pain, diarrhea, fever, and weight loss. They found that the symptoms were not caused by tuberculosis or any other known disease, and named the condition regional ileitis or ileitis, which is inflammation of the ileum. That's the part of the small intestine, the last part of the small intestine, which was later changed to Crohn's disease. So I trust that if you guys are getting the picture or getting what I'm trying to, bring to you, put some fours in the chat, put an eye emoji in the chat. I'm really trying to get you to understand the history of medicine. See, this is bigger than just Crohn's. This is the history of medicine, okay? This is what it is. This is a very, very new practice. That's why they call it a practice, because literally they're just constantly trying to figure out what they're doing. Honestly, to be honest, we're all learning every day. No one knows it all. I don't know it all. This is based upon my perspective, right? So this is something that you take notes on, you learn from. You could go fact check me as well. Please don't take anything that I say, for actual fact until you fact check me. But I want you to understand that this is all practice in this medical field. They named it this based upon them. This is the symptoms, but not really getting into the root of what this really is. Okay. Thank you, C. Duran, I appreciate you. Y'all put something in the chat. You too, put something in the chat. Let me know you are getting this live. You're understanding this live. All right. This is very important. Remember to tell a friend, share this live. Okay. You never know who is dealing with this challenge. All right, let's see. Let's go to the next one. All right, let's go. All right. Okay. So the next one here. Oh, I got my notes. Where you at? Where's my notes? There we go. So what I like to do, because this took me a while to, as I said, I'm doing this together. And the research was just like boom, 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 just connecting. I have to be able to break it down to a smallest compound so that a child can understand this information. Okay. So here you see I have the iris on one side and the sort of a picture of what's happening in the body when a person is affected by what is called Crohn's. But for now, we'll just say the ileum. Okay, we're focusing on the ileum. Okay, so this client came to me for something totally different. Crohn's wasn't even something that she came to me for. But I informed her that there was, you see that, well, YouTube can see the marker, the cursor here, but all of these markings here that I pointed to in the iris, not only is it the ileum, but it's something called Peyer's patches. I want you to write that down, family. Peyer's patches. I know this might not seem that it's important, especially if you're not dealing with any bowel issues, but you never know whether it possibly or not. We're not putting out there, but if it's someone you can say, hey, this is exactly what this is. All right. So it's something called Peyer's patches. Write that down. Peyer's patches. All right. So these Peyer's patches, the reason why it's in the same area of the iris as the ileum. Again, the ileum is the last part of the small intestine, which connects to the first part of the large, which is called the cecum. Okay. So what happens, the reason why it's paired or put together in that way is because these Peyer's patches line the ileum. Now, why is that important? Peyer's patches, it really is the lymphatic or the lymphoid receptor of the colon. So we're constantly hearing about the lymphatic system. We're constantly hearing about the immune defense system, how important it is. Yes, you have lymphatics in your colon. What is it designed to do? It's designed to be alert. It's your military in your gut. It's your military cells of the gut. To what? To recognize any kind of invading pathogens. any kind of bacteria, viruses, right? Why do we call it stomach viruses? Because the body is trying to get rid of what it does not need, or whatever you ate, or whatever new environment you're in that you're trying to, or the body's trying to adapt to, has to get rid of. We try to attack these so-called viruses when the body is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So that's what Peyer's patches is. I call them lymphoid receptors, or lymphoid places of the small intestine to protect you. This is all protection. This is all the body's innate intelligence. Oh my gosh, I'm just so, I get so excited talking about this because we've been in the dark for so long. And if you look on my YouTube channel, I put Awakening the Dark Matter Consciousness. And if you're listening to this live, it's because this is information that you already know. I'm just reminding you. We're all in a remembrance. We're all in a trance. We come here to remember. It wouldn't be no fun if we come here in these human suits and we remember everything. It wouldn't be no fun. We would know exactly where to go. And right now, right here, in this present moment, brought you here to learn about you, your body. This is you. Nothing, no study. There's no greater study than a study of the self. I'm going to repeat that. There's no greater study than a study of the self. When you know who you are and what you are, no weapon, nothing, no kind of disease you won't claim. Okay. I want you to note that. Okay. So here you have, again, the ileum, which is the last part of the small intestine. So let's get into some anatomical facts about the ileum. These are some notes that I wrote down. Okay. The ileum, the main function of the ileum, which is the last part of the small intestine, is to absorb and receive nutrients from digested food that were not fully absorbed from the duodenum and the jejunum, which is the two other parts of the small intestine. All right. Nutrients include vitamin B12, vitamin K, vitamin A, B, and E, and also something called bile salts. Now, it really goes into the question of why we have these challenges when we go to have these blood tests and our vitamin B12 is coming up low, right? And this whole thing of B12 and you need red meat and all of that. I mean, we can, looking at, the intestines and what the intestines is designed to do. When you eat certain foods, it automatically absorbs that into the body. If your colon, your digestive system is not working up to par, then that will explain why you're having low vitamin B12 coming up on your blood test. So anybody who's B12 deficient, where you at? Okay, this is could be why your numbers are coming up low on blood tests. Could it be a digestive challenge? Have we ever connected the dots between B12 deficiency and the digestive system? All right, something to think about. All right, so we're going to go into the next one. Now, YouTube family can see my cursor. I want you to see at the bottom, Instagram family as well. You see where it says normal colon, and you see where it says Crohn syndrome. Put some one in the chat if you see that, Instagram family. YouTube family, I know you can see it. Instagram family, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. If you can see where it says normal colon and Crohn syndrome, okay? Put a 1 in the chat. All right. Now, what you see here, you see how it's all of that. That it says fat wrapping, but the normal one doesn't have all of that around it. That's all the lipids. Okay, that's the cholesterol. That's the fats. We're going to get into that of why this occurs. And that's going to bring us to ding, ding, what I always discuss, the liver. All right. So we're going to get into the next one. Let me know if y'all enjoying this live, okay? Thank you. Thank you for the participation. CN Duran, Cash Carmen, I appreciate you. Let me know if y'all enjoying this live. Put some thumbs up. I don't want to just be up here, just talking. I trust y'all enjoying me, right? I try to keep it, flowing and without all the just going straight through. I like to be fun. All right. All right. All right. Yes. What's the YouTube name? Can't find it. Holistica, the Master Iridologist. You should be able to find it there. YouTube is. Thank y'all for who everyone is just joining in. We are talking about Crohn's disease. We're talking about inflammatory bowel challenges. All right. Hold on. It's Holistica, the Master, and it's also on my guys. It's also on my my link and my link tree. My YouTube channel is in my link in my bio. All right, so you can just go on my page, my link tree. You click right on it and you'll see it. All right. All right, it's much clearer on YouTube. I do my best to kind of like snap the pictures, but the presentation is actually on I did a PowerPoint. I'm going to get to the point where I get a little better and I'll be able to like kind of merge it into one. So just bear with me. I'm gonna get there. All right. All right. So there's something called the cycle of interhepatic circulation. Interhepatic, enter, and then hepatic means the liver. When you see the word hepatic, just know it's referring to the liver. All right. Interhepatic circulation is a metabolic process where nutrients such as bile acids are returned to the liver through the hepatic portal vein where they are reused. The ileum's lining is lined with bile acid receptors. Okay, so remember what we talked about, that not the ileum's wall is lined with those lymphoid receptors, but the ileum's lining is lined with the bile acid receptors. Okay, FXR and GPBAR1. We ain't going to get into all of the names of the receptors, but I had to put it there just in case you wanted to screenshot it and take note of it so that you can study this some more on your own. Okay, with the ileum absorbing 95% bile acid salt. Okay, now I know you're probably wondering, why do I need to know this? Why do I need to know that the ileum absorbs 95% bile acid salt? What's the importance of this? Well, the importance of this is what? Lipid cholesterol breakdown. Lipid cholesterol breakdown. See, this is the chain of events. Okay, the liver and the gallbladder. The gallbladder stores the bile. Then it uses a special duct to pass it through the duodenum, which is the opening of the small intestine. It travels into the middle of the small intestine, which is the jejunum, if I'm saying that correctly, into the ileum, which it then returns it back into the liver after it has absorbed 95% of it for nutrient breakdown. Okay, every time you eat fatty foods, what do you think is happening in the body? This is the process. It has to break down those fatty foods. All the whether it's greasy foods, foods with your carbohydrates, all of that. Okay, this is the process. This is what's happening in the body. Okay, bile salts. Why is it important? Bile salts help break down and absorb fats and vitamins. Remember, going back into the B12s, vitamin K, vitamin E, vitamin B, all of these vitamins and minerals that we are deficient in, do we really need it over the counter? Do we really need to purchase vitamin B12 when the body can manufacture that through the foods that you eat? All of the supplements that you see in health food stores, don't get me wrong, some of it is helpful, but I can say working at a health food store, I can honestly say that most of that stuff you don't need because the body produces that when it's in its natural state. The B12s, certain minerals. There's another mineral. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now. When I think of it, it's gonna come to me. But all of those that you see in the health food store, you produce that on your own. Evolving Audi says, I have so many colonic patients that have had their gallbladder removed. Absolutely. And we're going to get it. That's going to be part of that. Exactly. Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. Keep that thought because I'm a return to that comment. Okay, bile salts help break down and absorb fats and vitamins, remove waste products, okay, and inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria in the intestines. All right. When the interhepatic circulation is disrupted, it is called BAM. All right. It is called BAM. Bile acid malabsorption. Symptoms of BAM. What is symptoms of BAM include? Watery diarrhea, frequent bowel movements, painful stomach cramps, difficulty holding in bowel movements, meaning that as soon as you eat something, you can't be too far from a bathroom. You gotta go. Isn't that the same symptoms of most irritable bowel disease? Isn't that the same symptoms of colitis, Crohn's, diverticulitis, all of those irritable bowel diseases? So, should we call it Crohn's? Should we call it colitis, itis, inflammation? Or should we just call it exactly what it is? The disruption of the cycle of the interhepatic circulation. Once people see this and understand this, they'll know exactly how to get the body on track. But if you call it Crohn's and you call it colitis and all of these different unique and fancy names, well, then it's easy to attach a drug or medication to it. So I'm trying to get you out of the mindset, the usual mindset that we are currently vibrating on, where, okay, we name a disease and we have something to attach it to. All right. So let's go to the next one. All right. All right. The importance of bile acid. Okay. First, I talk about this a lot because I already said before that I've made it my duty to make the liver, the gallbladder, um, one of my main focuses in my studies. Why? Because these areas, especially the liver and the gallbladder, um, governs a lot of the challenges that we have with our health. So when it comes to bile and sufficient bile, so you need enough bile for digestion. And what happens is, see, bile is it's naturally alkaline. It has a pH of like 9.4, 9.5. Okay. And when you mix that in with the hydrochloric acid, see, it has to neutralize that so that you can break down especially the fats that we're eating. Okay. And what happens is when you don't have enough of that, then that's when your acid refluxes come in, high cholesterol come in, gallstones, you're going to see that. Um, let's go in here. Bile acid have many functions, including digestion. Bile acid breaks down large fat droplets into smaller ones, which increases the surface area for digestive enzymes. So it also helps with enzymatic action. Do we need to take enzymes in a pill bottle? The body already produces that. But again, when you have these challenges with decreased bile and the challenges with the ileum not being able to store or absorb most of that, then we have a challenge with producing or maintaining a sufficient supply of digestive enzymes, okay, which you need to break down your food, okay. Bile acids convert cholesterol into bile, okay, cholesterol removal. Bile acids convert cholesterol into bile acid and help move cholesterol from the liver to the small intestines, where it's eliminated in the feces. Lipid absorption. Bile acids help to absorb dietary lipids. We already talked about that. These type of vitamins. Neutralization. I just discussed that bile is alkaline and neutralizes the acidic chyme from the stomach so that the enzymes in the small intestine can function. Hormone regulation, bacterial removal. Okay, so these are all the important factors of what bile acid can do or does in the body. Okay, and this is why, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one here. What causes this disruption of this metabolic pathway? As the comment says, I've had so many colonic patients that have had their gallbladder removed. Okay, so most times, really, when we're looking at the liver, we're looking at the gallbladder, we're looking at the small intestine, the large intestine. Before someone gets their gallbladder removed, this is a digestive challenge. Okay, so the first thing that that person would have need to have done before, or most people didn't know, is focus on what's causing the disruption of the small intestine breakdown. Okay, so the main cause of this disruption is too much fat, lipid consumption over time. So those with chronic issues when it comes to inflammatory bowel diseases, liver challenges, gallstones, even liver stones, fatty liver, we're bringing it all out. Ulcerative colitis over time, it's too much fat, lipid in the system. Okay, so those with chronic Crohn's disease tend to consume high amounts of greasy, fried, oily foods, dairy, meats such as beef, pork, and excessive lamb. Okay, carbonated drinks, fast food, processed food, with little to no nutrient rich food to ensure that cycle, the enterohepatic circulation cycle, takes place effectively. All right. See, the body will always is always trying to balance itself, try to save itself. Okay. It never wants to say, okay, I'm ready to just die out. Okay. The inflammation is for a reason. All right. And it's most times, 9 times out of 10, it's something that we are entering into the body. What are we eating? What are we over consuming? All right. If this is a genetic challenge, some people have those in their families, such as myself, who a mother may have had Crohn's, grandmother may have had Crohn's, and now it has the child may have Crohn's. I have a cousin, like I said, my mother's cousin, who was diagnosed with Crohn's, and her son has Crohn's. So it's definitely possible that, again, what I talked about when it comes to iridology and passing on genetic or inherent weaknesses, that the iris will let you know what that child can possibly or potentially deal with in his or her lifetime. It depends on what path that they are following. If they're following the same food pattern, even thought pattern, then they're most likely can develop the same challenge. Okay. All right. So we're going to go into the next one here. All right. Now this one was very interesting because this actually came last minute. This information right here. And the reason why I say that is because when I started thinking about not just Crohn's, but again, we tie this into the liver. Remember, family, this is not just isolated into the colon. Okay, it's the gallbladder, it's the liver, it's the pancreas as well. Okay, so the reason why, again, that the inflammation has occurred is because the person is eating too much fatty foods for the body to break down all at once. It's too much. The body's not designed to have greasy food every day, cooked food every day. The body's not designed to have cheese and all of this different kind of bacteria that the body doesn't recognize. It has to work overtime to try to get it out. So what's going to happen is you tire that cycle out. You tire that system out. And then that's when the accumulation happens. When there's accumulation, there's disease. So now we have to excrete. Once you begin to excrete the waste, that's when the symptoms disappear. But isn't these, most of these diseases are named after the symptoms. So we have to look at the foods that we're eating, the thoughts that we're thinking in order to restore the body. Okay, in this essence, we're talking about the colon, or dealing with what is called Crohn's. So, does your child really need the vitamin K at birth? I mean, parents, pay attention. I've been talking about this. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how long I've been talking about this for the last over 10 years. When I had my daughter, I had a birth plan. And one of the things in a birth plan is no vitamin K, amongst, other things, really can't, say the word, y'all already know. But, no vitamin K, delayed cord clamping, skin to skin, don't wash her. That coat that the baby is born with, that white slimy stuff, is a protector. Or to build the baby's immune defense system. That vernix cosa, if I'm saying it right, all of that was on my birth plan. But the reason why I'm putting this factor in, right? What causes increased intrahepatic circulation? Because this is what we need. This is what we're focused on. Increase intrahepatic circulation, meaning the liver. What causes increased liver circulation? Okay. A factor in human breast milk. A factor in human breast milk increases the intrahepatic circulation of bilirubin, one of the vitamins that is absorbed by the small intestines ileum is vitamin K. Babies are naturally born with a low vitamin K count, as baby will receive their vitamin K via mama's milk. Mothers should eat nutritious fruits and vegetables rich in vitamin K during pregnancy and during the breastfeeding stage. Okay? So you know what? Synthetic vitamin K enthusiasts don't understand the thought that babies, and all animals for that matter, have lower levels of vitamin K at birth is for a beneficial protective reason. The baby's body, the baby's digestive system is not fully developed yet. So in order for the reason why they have low vitamin K is because the small intestine is not fully developed. The large intestine is not fully developed. So they have to give it time. And how do you build that up? Through the mother's milk. That colostrum in the first days of, when you remember, when mamas, y'all know, when you breastfeed and that milk is yellow at first, that's the milk that's rich in vitamin K. And that's how you pass on lifelong immunity defense to the child, which that child will one day become an adult. So if anyone is listening to this, if you're pregnant, you're thinking about pregnancy and having children, make sure you breastfeed those children. Make sure you take the time to research how important it is to breastfeed your babies, because it's not just, oh, it's just milk. That milk is magic. That milk has that milk has everything the baby needs for the first 6 to 9 months of life, which I breastfed for almost 5 years. So you don't have to do what I do. I breastfed for almost 5 years. It was an amazing journey. But I mean, and I just remember just like the breast milk just healing everything. My daughter had like a little pink eye. Squirt the breast milk in her eye. It's a natural antibiotic. I mean, it was just so much that I would put the breast milk on when she would have these little things going on, and it just cleared it right up. So that breast milk is magic, y'all. All right, if fellas, men, encourage your woman, your ladies to breastfeed. Okay, make sure you support her, because it at first is not an easy task, for them to latch and everything, but it is definitely worth it to pass on again lifelong defense to the child, which that child will one day become an adult. Okay, and will benefit from mama's milk even as a 20-something-year-old, for that building up of that cycle, that intrahepatic circulation cycle, the liver, the small intestine, all of that. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay. All right. We're almost at the end. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. I think it's it's about 10 o'clock. We started we almost at the hour. Okay. All right. So avoiding flare-ups, repairing the ileum, and restoring digestive balance. Okay. Number one, your diet. For those who's listening, dealing with not just Crohn's, but any of the inflammatory bowel diseases, colitis, ulcerative colitis, any kind of ulcers, diverticulitis, anything, IBS, which that another one is BS. That's another disease that's BS. I mean, the name itself, but you see the pairing and the looking at it all, right? How it connects to the liver and the gallbladder, right? Um, your diet has to consist of 95% fruits, right? The other 5% should be grains and vegetables. Not too much veggies, as a poor functioning digestive system cannot handle the breakdown of cruciferous vegetables. So, for those who's dealing with like irritable bowel challenges, I wouldn't suggest too many raw vegetables, especially like your kales and your mustard greens, because the strength within the colon, whether it's the small or the large, to break that down. See, vegetables are for building. The fruits are, for the flushing and the repairing. So we have to eat the specific kind of food group that's going to help us based upon where we are right now. All right. So I wouldn't suggest too many vegetables. Okay. Mainly fruits. So I want you to, get your mind prepared to do like an all fruit fast or fast diet lifestyle for the next 21 days. 21 days is like that. That's a good date or time. Anything less than that, won't really have much long to really uh, repair itself. And even 21 days is not enough. That's just the initial. I don't like to tell my clients or even people to say, oh, just do 6 months off the rip, especially if this is something new to you. All right. We have to, get you, you know, spoon feed. Okay. In 21 days, that's not too long. That's really not long at all, family. It goes by really quick. Okay. So 21-day fruit, right? What does that look like? Your main fruits. All the melons, all of your melons, okay? All of your berries, including elderberries and bilberries. Your pears, your peaches. Peaches, oh, I meant to put papayas. All right. When you eat those papayas and those peaches, that it's antibacterial, antimicrobial. All right, helping to any kind of challenges with poor bacteria, neutralizes all of that. Okay, so when you eat in the papaya, when you juicing it, I like to blend it, and I blend the seeds too. All right, so that's how you're getting all the entire fruit in there. Also, papaya leaves, which we're getting to in the herbs. Cucumbers, which is also a melon. Soursop, Bureau bananas. Okay, I love Bureau. I ain't gonna lie, being out here in Atlanta, oh my goodness, I have access to fruits and that I didn't have access to in Pennsylvania, like Bureau bananas, the fresh coconut, the young coconut, the soursop. I mean, oh my gosh, I meant to put pineapple on this list. I mean, it's just amazing when you in a new area where it it works for you and your lifestyle, right? So these are the fruits that I'm suggesting. For those who are in areas where it may not be available, they have websites. I know iHeartFruitBox.com. They ship it right to your door. I had a lot of clients that used them and had all of these, fruits delivered, right to them. Okay. But the fruits that are in season right now, pomegranate, um, you'll still find pears. You'll find some cantaloupe, watermelon. We're out of watermelon season, so but honeydew, cantaloupe, you may still be able to find. Also, aloe. I meant to put aloe. Aloe is not a fruit, but aloe is definitely something that you want to take in. I'll explain that in a minute. Okay, hydration. Cells of the intestinal lining need to be restored. Okay, so that's your coconut water, your alkaline water, your hydrogen water, and of course, water from your fruits. All right, liver flushing. Okay, why is liver flushing important? Because this all stems from the excess fats that's surrounding the liver in the gallbladder. Okay, those who suffer from Crohn's, I guarantee, and that's why I could say this with confidence, I guarantee that the first liver flush they do, they'll pass so many gallstones because it's all linked in together. And even though you may not have symptoms of gallstones, they're there. Oh yeah, they are there. Okay, so that's what liver flushing does. It helps to get rid of that compacted fat. That's what gallstones is. It's calcified stones, calcified cholesterol, calcified salts. Okay, and so what happens is when you flush that all out through, it really is a week process. You do it for this is you the first 6 days you're drinking tart cherry juice, and then the last day you're doing grapefruit juice and olive oil. That's going to help pass. You get all of that instructions if you go on my website, Liver Flush Kit. Search the Liver Flush Kit, okay? And you'll find that on my website. It comes with instructions on how to successfully do a liver flush. We also have the liver flush that I do as a group every season. Winter solstice liver flush is coming up next month, December 16th. Go on my link, and the link in my bio, you're going to see winter solstice liver flush and join. You'll be added to the WhatsApp group with many other people that have been doing it for the past few months. All right, we do it every season. Keeping your liver clean is this skin. That's why you stay young. I had a sister. I was um this Muslim sister. She came. I swear she looked. We looked alike. She looked at me. She said, "Oh my God, you look like me. You look like you could be my daughter." And I was like, you know what? I could see the resemblance. And so I'm telling her, who I am, and what I, what I am. And she was like, "And how old are you?" And I told her, and she was like, "Wait a minute," because I told her I was 31, and she said, "You are 31. My daughter's 24, but she looks older than you." Right? But again, this is based upon the lifestyle. It's not, see, that's why, this age, I'm this, I'm that, I'm 24, I'm 31, I'm 35. You're ageless. You're you. Just be. Because you have, once you tap into the formula of how to age backwards, you don't have to attach an age to yourself. Matter of fact, this guy, he's a raw food chef as well, Kidi Owadu. He says that I think he said he loved the age 32 or 33 so much. He just told himself he was 33 for the rest of his life. So, and for in his he's in his 60s. He looks great. He looks amazing. So this is, the liver flushing is really the key to youthfulness, longevity, rejuvenation. So check it out in my website. I have the entire kit where you can do the liver flush yourself. If you want to do it with my group where you have support, you can ask questions, you get recipes. Join the liver flush group next month, or join it now so that you'll be in a group, and we start December 16th. Okay? Colon hydrotherapy. Shout out to Evolving Audi. If I'm saying that, Audie, okay? She does colonics. All right? This is important. All right? Colonic therapy, colon hydrotherapy is important because I love colonics. They're getting all of that waste out, which is, even though you may be going to the bathroom every day, you still may not be getting all that waste out, right? So the colon hydrotherapy targets the large intestine. Okay, it targets the large intestine where it's not painful, y'all. And I put the whole process on my YouTube channel about 2 years ago, where it's a small tube that's inserted into the anus area, and then they use water. There's some places they use specific herbs like chlorella. I like chlorella in mine, or sometimes my colonic hydrotherapist, she'll use charcoal, or she'll use food grade hydrogen peroxide to really like kill any kind of candida, bacteria, that's in the gut. She's seen Candida coming out one time. That was like 2 years ago. But I get them every 2 months or every 3 months. I'm actually due for one right now, so I gotta find a good one in Atlanta. All right, put me on if y'all know any good ones. All right. So colon hydrotherapy is important. If you are, uncomfortable with doing that, you can always, do colon cleanses on your own. You have to do them in series. All right. One colon cleanse. Some people think one detox is enough. You have to do colon, liver flushes in series. So, I mean, like quarterly. All right. Or at least, like I said, 4 times, 3 to 4 times a year. All right. While maintaining this kind of lifestyle, the food lifestyle, at least 70 to 80% of the time. With life's ebbs and flows, it's not going to always be perfect. Don't shame yourself. Don't blame yourself. Don't bring yourself down when you get to a point where, oh my God, I got off my diet. Because what happens is when you begin to do that, you stay in that frequency. Just remember what you're used to doing, or if you've never done this diet, this is your opening. This is your invitation to starting to honoring your body, honoring yourself, and transforming your taste bud habits. Because really, it's all about what the taste buds is craving. You have to retrain all of that. Okay, you have to strengthen the vagus nerve. You have to strengthen your parasympathetic, your nervous system, which we'll get into a little bit in the next slide. Okay, and then herbal formulas specific for digestion. All right. Now, I think this is the last slide up. Hold on. I think this is the last slide. So I'm going to open it up for questions. Give me 1 second. YouTube family. I don't know why that was the last slide. Hold on. Oh, wow. Okay, YouTube family, we're missing a slide. Let's see. We're missing a slide with the oh man, I think it deleted because it's on Instagram. Y'all can see it, right? Herbal formulas for intestinal, lymphatic, and bacterial gut flora health. You Instagram can see it. That's so weird. I don't know what happened to that. I'm not sure, but we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna adapt. Okay. I'm gonna read it from Instagram. Instagram, y'all can see it, right? Put a thumbs up. All right. Instagram can see it, but unfortunately, my YouTube people, it's not there. All right. Let's end this. Hold on. Let's stop sharing this. Okay. So we're gonna share. We're gonna read it from Instagram. All right. Oh man, I don't know what happened to that. Give me 1 second, y'all. This is so weird because it's actually very, very, very small there. I think it might have I might have pressed something and it might have just deleted. All right, let's see. We're just going to try to, yeah. Oh no. Okay. So if you guys have to take a screenshot. I'm gonna post it on my stories. I really can't read it like that from Instagram. I don't know what, guys, I don't know what happened when it came to that last slide. I must have clicked something and it deleted, by accident. But if you see it on my Instagram, it's the herbal formulas, right? The Supreme Bile Blend. You're going to see all of the herbal ingredients in each blend. Okay, take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot. For those who are on YouTube, go to my Instagram, Holistic Hope. That's with a W, HOLISTIC Hope, and take a screenshot. Okay, I put all of the herbal formulas and the ingredients on this list so you know exactly what's in these herbal blends. That's designed to help with gut health, specifically dealing with what is called Crohn's. Okay, but again, Taking the herbs is not enough. A diet change has to happen. Remember, those suffering from bowel conditions, greasy foods, oil is the main culprit. That's your French fries, anything you're frying, like potatoes, which has a lot of water content. You're mixing those two, water and oil, disastrous. Okay. I stopped buying potatoes. I had some potatoes maybe like 2 weeks ago, right before I moved. But before then, we haven't had potatoes in like 2 months. And I'm so happy that I'm in this area because I used to use burro bananas. I used to go to New York and I used to, if I wanted like a French fried taste, burro bananas, you saute those up. It tastes almost just like it. So you have to get them when it's not right though, when it's hard, so that it can have that French fry, that consistency. I also use butternut squash as a French fry replacement. I chop them up like fries, the butternut squash, and I saute them or air fry them, and use it like that. So these are just different ways that you can replace. Again, it's going to take time to adjust. Remember, your taste buds are so used to salt. Your taste buds are very used to oil. You have to give yourself grace and time to transition the lifestyle. Also, this is going to take a lot of spiritual work as well. It's not just, oh, I'm going to just dive into this and it's going to be perfect and it's going to be great. You have to make a decision with yourself. You have to meditate with self, so that you're in unison of what you're about to embark on. Okay, especially if it's to save your human avatar. All right. There's nothing more important than that. No kind of food taste, nothing more important than that. And that's a decision that you have to come to, not someone or myself forcing that lifestyle upon you. But also, if you want more guidance, you want more direction, you want to know exactly what's going on with your body, you know what to do. Get an iridology consultation. I'm going to go click on my screen. Got it. Yep. Get an iridology consultation so that you know exactly what's going on with your health. Um, the way that we all know, for those who've been joining me for a while, the iridology, how it works. Send me your iris photos, and then we get on a Zoom call. Or if you are in if you're in the state of Georgia, you can now see me in person. All right. So I think this is the last. I hope y'all screenshotted this. Like I said, I really can't read it because it's so small. I really was really I don't know what happened with that last slide on my PowerPoint, but it is all good. It is all good. All right. So let's see. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Let's see. All right. So if anyone has any questions, anything at all, any kind of questions regarding everything that was shared. All right. Shout out to the YouTube family. Yes, yes. Glass Moon 219. So glad I caught this live. I'm glad you caught this live, and I'm glad you are here right now. All right. But any questions you may have, definitely this live will be saved. Again, to repeat this, the liver flush that I do with my group starts next month, December 16th. Okay. And again, a liver flush is very, very important, especially if you're dealing with Crohn's. All right. Because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, dealing with Crohn's, you have a compaction of gallstones or liver stones. Okay. If you have had your gallbladder removed, that can also be a factor in um, ileitis or the ileum disruption. That doesn't mean that it's going to be that way for life. There's just certain things that you have to laser focus on when it comes to your health. So all of those you know, the dietary restrictions that I talked about as far as the oil, right? Make sure you guys are taking a break from oil foods, even if it's vegan, right? You're taking a break and having like an oilless diet. All right. Very, very, very important. I've been sharing a lot of my stories. This is my fourth day on a raw diet. It feels very good. No cooked foods, just soursop. Today I had what did I have today? I had red beet. I had beets, purple carrot, um, red pear, ginger, and the eagle eye. My eagle eye mixture in that juice. And then I had what else? I had a bunch of melons. I cut up each melon, watermelon, cantaloupe, um, watermelon, honeydew, and that was it. That was it. Yeah, that was it. That's really. And I had I had soursop juice. I wanted to when I posted on my stories wanting to eat, I wanted to film myself eating that soursop, but it kind of ripened too much before I was able to eat it, so I just decided to juice it. So yeah, and it feels really good. I've done, raw fast before, juicing before, but I said this time I'm gonna eat the fruit and juice and blend at the same time. So, but again, you have to. What I say when you start any kind of new lifestyle, you have to give yourself time. You have to constantly repeat the date in mind that you want to start, and that's another thing that we do in the program, the Detox with Iridology Level 1 or Detox with Iridology Level 2, is that we're constantly, I teach my clients and students, okay, when do you want to start? Don't put the date out so far away, but let me know when you want to start. You say, okay, I want to start 11/11. Then, days before that, you constantly repeat that. Also, what helps is you starting on the day, like one of your power days or one of the days that you were born. I was born on the 14th. So a lot of times I start fast on the 14th of a month. Okay. So those are just, little tips that you can take with you of when you're, changing over, starting your fruit, or raw or juicing, whatever it is. Okay. Especially if you're dealing with what we just talked about when it comes to Crohn's disease, the liver function, the pancreatic function, the gallbladder. Okay. I trust that you guys enjoyed this live, and most importantly, not enjoyed it, just really gained a lot from it, because we have to begin to, really dig into the root and decoding. I like to think of myself as a master decoder of just really just seeing beneath the surface of what has been put in front of us. All of these different names that we've been given. And I like, let's break that. Let's break that name down. So, that's what I like to think of myself as, the master decoder of dis-ease. All right. So y'all know what to do. Make sure y'all share this live. Use that paper plane at the bottom of the screen. Instagram, YouTube. Y'all can share. Make sure you share this live as well. I'm gonna head up on out of here. What else? There was anything else? I don't see any questions, so I don't think there's any other things that I wanted to mention. Yeah, that's it. I had a really good time sharing with you all, putting this presentation together. I always love doing this, because it just I like to give people, give you all an understanding that is not readily available to us, so that you can heal thyself. That's just what it's all about. That you have, and I know we hear this a lot, but you know everything that, whether it's a vitamin, a mineral, an enzyme, anything, you have all of that. Even the probiotics, you have all of that inside of you, to restore the body. The body makes its own medications when it's in its rightful state. Remember that. When it's in its rightful state, the body produces its own medication. All right. And so there's no need to be on anti-inflammatory drugs, and because that's just attacking the one area. But getting to the root, as you've learned today, when it comes to Crohn's, you must laser focus on the liver, the gallbladder, which in turn will restore the small intestine. All right. Thank you so much for your attention, Instagram. Thank you so much for your attention, YouTube. I appreciate it, YouTube, for getting them likes up. I appreciate you so much. Thank you all for your amazing and beautiful attention. As I say, attention is very expensive. It's a currency, and I appreciate it for you spending it on me on this 11/11 day. Peace and love, family, and I will see you soon. Peace and love, YouTube.